All right. All right, everyone. Steve and Alexander. So in today's session, we will be starting a new chapter. This is pretty easy. This will be a chapter from the microeconomics, and in this chapter, we will be talking about the concept of revenue. So first of all, before moving forward, before telling you anything about anything about revenue, I would like to know whether you guys know anything about the revenue or not. So tell me, Alexander, what do you think? What is a revenue? What is revenue? What does revenue?
Or like income.
Revenue or income, correct? Okay. And are you able to differentiate between profit and revenue? What do you think? How profit is different from the term revenue, or revenue is different from profit, or both are same, or is there any difference? Yeah, just try. You're saying anything because I'm not able to hear you.
No, sir, I'm not saying anything. I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm sure. Okay, no problem. Let me explain this. So first of all, we will try to understand what is revenue, what are the different types of revenue, and how it is different from profit. And okay, all right. So first of all, let's try to understand the meaning of the revenue. What is revenue? Revenue is very simple. Revenue, as you said, it is the collection or the income. Whatever the income that you receive is your revenue. But in this chapter, we will be talking about from the perspective of the producer. So we have to think from the perspective of the producer, or you can say from the perspective of the seller. So we will be talking in context of seller only. So let's say, for example, there is a seller, Mr. X, and Mr. X sold goods. All right, sir. So he must have sold those goods at a particular price, at a certain price. And after selling it at a certain price, he must have collected certain amount he will be collecting after selling of goods. Collected. Okay. So let's say, for example, Mr. X has sold goods. X have sold 200 units of the goods, and the price of each unit is rupees 50 each. So after selling 200 units, he must have collected how much amount? He must have collected 10,000, right? So 200 units sold at a price of 50 per unit. The total collection would have been 10,000. So just try to understand this. Total amount that a seller receives after selling certain quantity. Total amount that a seller receives after selling certain quantity of a commodity at a particular price, the amount that this seller or any seller receive is considered as the revenue. So in simple term, you can say revenue is the total collection on account of sale of goods. Total collection of a seller on account of sale of certain quantity of a commodity at a certain price. This is it. This is revenue. Is that clear, Alexander?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we can define revenue like this. Please put the heading on your notebook. Put the heading of the chapter, concept of revenue. Then topic first, the meaning of revenue. So we will first define the revenue. Just a minute. So let me write it down. Revenue can be defined as, it refers to amount received by a producer or seller on account of sale of certain quantity a commodity at a certain price. You're writing this now, Alexander?
Yes, sir.
So this is revenue. Now we have further categorized the revenue into three different categories, three parts. So we have three types of revenue. Types of revenue.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please tell me, Alexander.
What is that word at the end? Commodity.
Commodity at a certain price.
Okay, thank you.
So we can basically categorize the revenue into three different parts. So we have three types of revenue. let me explain this to you as well. Just a minute. Okay, so revenue can be broadly categorized into three parts. First of all, it can be total revenue, then you don't have to write it now. Average
Okay.
revenue, then after that we have the marginal revenue. Marginal revenue. So we have basically three types of revenue. Now let's understand each type of revenue one by one. So first of all, what is total revenue? So total revenue basically means total amount collected on sale of total quantity of a commodity. Let's say that a seller have 100 units of a particular commodity and he sold those 100 units at 20 rupees, for example, 20 per unit. So total amount that he is going to receive, let's say if he's selling 100 units at 20 rupees per unit, that means he will be going to receive 2000 rupees. So this 2000 will be his total revenue. Total revenue is very simple. Total amount received on sale of total quantity of a commodity. Let's presume that seller have total 100 units available with him. He wants to sell 100 units of a commodity and he have decided to sell those 100 units at 20 rupees per unit. So total amount that he will be able to collect after selling 100 units will be 2000. So this 2000 will be called total revenue. So if I ask you how total revenue is calculated, so you can simply say, sir, so the formula for calculating total revenue is pretty simple, that we will simply multiply the price with the quantity. So price multiplied by quantity will give you total revenue. This is total revenue. Is that clear, Alexander? The total amount received on account of sale of total quantity of a commodity is called total revenue. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then we have average revenue. Now, what is average revenue? Average revenue is revenue collected per unit of output. Like for example, if we have sold 100 units of the output and we have collected 2000 total amount, we have collected is 2000. So that basically means that we have collected how much we have earned on each unit. Let me give you another example to make it more clear. Let's suppose we have sold 25 units and after selling 25 unit, we have total revenue of 4,000 rupees. So 4,000 is collected. 4,000 is our total revenue on account of sale of 25 unit. So could you please tell me, if we have earned 4,000 on 25 unit, then what the producer have earned on every unit, on one unit? If 4,000 is on account of sale of 25 unit, then how much is earned on one unit approximately?
4,000 divided by 25.
Correct. 4,000 divided by 25. So let's divide it. 4,000 divided by 25. So it will be 80 rupees per unit. Is that right? So 80 rupees per unit, what 80 rupees is indicating you? It indicates that we have approximately earned 80 rupees on each and every unit. So that is what average revenue basically means. Average revenue means revenue generated on sale of 1 unit of output. Revenue generated on sale of 1 unit of output approximately is your average revenue. So like in this case, the example that we have taken, the average revenue in this case will be total revenue divided by quantity. That means 2000 is the revenue that we have generated and we have sold 100 units. So that simply means 20 rupees per unit. This is our average revenue. So if you ask me, sir, what is the formula for calculating average revenue? So it is also very simple. that average revenue can be calculated as AR equals to whatever the total revenue you have, you have to divide it by quantity. This is how you will be calculating average revenue. Is that clear, Alexander? Any doubts?
Clear, sir.
Okay. Then we have marginal revenue. Alexander, the term marginal basically means extra. And revenue, as I have already explained it, revenue means earning. So extra revenue or extra earning basically means extra revenue that you have generated by sale of extra unit of output. Extra unit of output. So whatever the extra income or the revenue that we are able to generate on account of sale of one extra unit of output, that will be our marginal revenue. Like in the example that we have taken, like for example, we have sold 25 units of the commodity and we have generated 4,000 as revenue, right? Then after that, let's say for example, we have sold, when we have sold 26 unit, our revenue increased from 4,000 to 4,200. So is there increase in the revenue, yes or no? Are you able to see that there is an increase of revenue from 4,000 it increased to 4,200, Alexander? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So how much is the increase? There is 200.
200.
And this increase is on account of sale of one extra unit of output, correct? So on account of sale of one extra unit, we are able to generate 200 extra revenue. So the total, the additional revenue that we are able to generate on account of sale of one extra unit of output, that will be considered as our marginal revenue. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
So whatever the extra revenue that we generate on account of sale of one extra unit of output, that is considered as the marginal revenue. Okay. So like the example that we have taken here. For example, earlier we used to sell 100 units. Now let's, for example, we are selling from 100 units, we move to 101 unit. And earlier at 100 unit, we used to earn 2,000 as the total revenue. Now we are earning 2,080 rupees. So tell me, what do you think? What is the marginal revenue in this case? What is the marginal revenue?
80.
80 rupees is the marginal revenue, correct? So now I hope everything is clear. You are clear about the total revenue, average revenue, and the marginal revenue. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So moving on to the definition part. So first of all, we will define the total revenue. Let me just show you the PowerPoint of this. And from the PowerPoint, you can note it down. So we have understood the meaning of revenue. Revenue refers to the amount received by a firm from the sale of quantity of a commodity in the market. Concept of revenue, we can divide the revenue into three parts: total, marginal, and the average revenue. So please write it down. Meaning of the total revenue you have in front of your screen. To meaning of the definition of the total revenue. So we can define the total revenue like this: total monetary receipt from the sale of a given quantity of a commodity is called total revenue. Let me know when you are done.
Okay.
So Alexander, your schools are on or it's locked down there?
Sir, it's online classes.
It's online. And which chapter is going in the school? What they are teaching?
Sir, supply and demand, something like that.
Supply, that is okay. Supply or demand or only supply?
Supply.
Supply.
Sir, I'm done.
Right. Then we have the definition of the average revenue. Please write it down as well.
Sir, done.
Done. Now there is one very important thing about average revenue, and let me tell you that if you noticed while I was explaining the concept of average revenue, you might have noticed that average revenue is always equals to the price of the commodity. Like here at this point, when we have calculated average revenue, 2000, that is the total revenue, and we have divided total revenue by the quantity. So 2000 divided by quantity, we got 20 per unit. Okay, so can you see that average revenue is equal to price here? Average revenue, we are getting average revenue 20 and price is also 20. So this is one of the very important characteristic of the average revenue, that average revenue is always equals to the price of the commodity. Whether you calculate average revenue in any kind of situation, depending in the later part of this chapter, I'll be teaching you that there are two types of market wherein the seller can sell the goods. It can be a perfect competition market or the imperfect competition market. So irrespective of whether the seller is selling their goods in the perfect competition or the imperfect competition, and whatever the scenario there is, average revenue, whenever you will calculate average revenue, irrespective of whether you will calculate average revenue in the perfect competition or the imperfect competition, average revenue going to remain same as the price. So average revenue is always equals to price of the commodity. You'll have to remember this and keep this in mind. Is that clear, Alexander?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me give you an example to make it more clear. Let's say that the seller is selling in the market, and let's say, for example, this is the price. Okay. So 10, 30, 50, and for example 20. Let's suppose these are the different quantity that a seller is selling, and quantity is being sold at a different prices. Let's say when he was selling 10 unit, he was charging 50 rupees per unit, and when he have decided to sell 30 unit of the commodity, he have decided to reduce the price to 40 rupees, and when he's selling 50, he further reduced the price to 30, and when quantity decreased, so he have decided to raise the price to 45. Just a minute. Okay. So now let's calculate the total revenue at each price situation. So total revenue is very simple to calculate. We will simply multiply price and quantity. 50 into 100, 50 into 10, it will be 500, right? Then 40 into 3, 40 into 30. Then 50 into 3, 30, sorry. And so this is our total revenue. Is that clear, Alexander? Any doubt about total revenue?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then we have to calculate average revenue. So in order to calculate average revenue, what do we do? We basically divide total revenue by the quantity. So 500 divided by quantity, 500 divided by quantity, we will get 500 divided by 10, we will get 50. Then 1200 divided by 30, we will get 40. Then 1500 divided by 50, we will get 30. Then 900 divided by 20, we will get 45. Right? Now, are you able to see that average revenue is exactly equal to price of the commodity, yes or no? That is
Yes,
what
sir.
I was telling you, that average revenue is always equal to price of the commodity. And irrespective of the situation, whether the prices are constant, whether the prices are declining, whether it is perfect competition, imperfect competition, average revenue is going to remain same. So let's also prove it by equation. We can prove it by mathematical equation. So we can write average revenue like this. Just a minute. So as we already know, average revenue, as I said, average revenue is equal to price of the commodity, right? We are saying average revenue is equals to price of the commodity. Let's prove it. So we can write the average revenue like this. Average revenue can be written as total revenue divided by quantity. Is that right? Can I write it like this as well, Alexander?
Yes, sir.
And on the right hand side of the equation, we will have the price. Then, as you know, that total revenue can also be written as price into quantity. So we are writing TR, total revenue, like this, divided by quantity, denominator remain unchanged, equals to price. Is the equation clear till this point? Any doubt?
No doubt, sir.
No. Now we will be cancelling out quantity from quantity. So we will be left with the price on the right and the left hand side. Both are equal. P equals to P. Price equals to P. That means when you will solve the equation of the average revenue, you will eventually get it equals to price. So therefore, we say that average revenue is always equals to price of the commodity. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So please note it down. Please write it down as well. Average revenue and price of the commodity is one and the same thing. And why it is same, I have already explained it. Please write it down. Average revenue and price of the commodity is one and the same thing. Write this equation as well. AR equals to price, and in the place of AR, we can write TR divided by quantity equals to price. And in place of TR, we can write price into quantity divided by quantity equals to price. And then P equals to price.
Sir, done.
Let's move to the next definition, the marginal revenue. I hope the explanation that I gave you is clear to you. Marginal revenue is the additional revenue generated from the sale of additional unit of the commodity. So whatever the extra earning that we make on sale of extra unit of the commodity, that is what we call marginal revenue. Please write it down. Let me know when you are done.
Sir, done.
Okay, so till this point, we have understood the meaning of the revenue. We have also understood the types of revenue. Now, one more thing that I'll explain here. Now, there is a little difference between the revenue and the profit. Let's also understand this, as you are not sure about what is revenue and what is the difference between revenue and profit. So let me tell you, revenue is the total amount collected on sale of a commodity. So what is revenue? Let's say producer is selling 20 units of a particular commodity, and the selling price that he have decided to fix and charge from the customer is 25 rupees per unit. That is the selling price of the commodity. So basically, on account of sale of 20 unit at 25 rupees each, he is going to collect 500 rupees from the customer. So this is going to be his total revenue. This will be his revenue, correct? Now, what is actually profit? So in order to calculate profit, we will have to reduce the cost. So the goods that has been sold in the market must have been produced by the seller, and he must have incurred certain cost on producing those goods. Or if he didn't produce it, he must have bought it from some other supplier. So whatever the cost that he have incurred on purchase of those goods or production of those goods, that is considered as the cost of production. So let's also consider the cost of the goods. So the goods that he have sold in the market, 20 units. Let's suppose the cost price of those goods were 20 rupees per unit. So basically, the goods costing 20 rupees have been sold in the market at the rate 25. Basically, seller here is taking a margin of 5 rupees each as a profit. So total cost of the 20 units sold in the market is 400. Is that right?
Yes.
Now in order to determine profit, what we can do, we will simply reduce the revenue from the cost from the revenue. So profit is equals to revenue minus cost. This is the formula for finding profit. So revenue was 500, cost was 400. So there will be 100 rupees profit. So this is the profit. So I hope now you must be clear about revenue and profit. Now you are clear that revenue and profit are two different things. Revenue is the total amount collected, and profit is the net figure that we are left with after reducing the amount of cost. Alexander, is that clear now?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. Are you able to see my screen, basically the note wherein I was writing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is where I was writing. Just a minute. Okay, let's get back to the PowerPoint. So I want you to do this question. In this question, you need to find out the average revenue and the marginal revenue. Do it quickly. Let me know the answer.
Okay.
So Alexander, you are placed at Bahrain, right? You are located.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is the status of the Omicron in the Bahrain?
It's fine. It's very few.
Right?
Very few, sir.
Cases are there.
Yeah.
So in India, the cases are increasing very rapidly. Every day, cases are increasing by almost 70-80%. So the case, I think the case on yesterday, it was around 1,45,000, the new cases, and probably it will be around 2 lakh today.
Yes,
So
sir. My brother and sister, they left to India today.
they left to India today.
Yes.
Situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
For college.
What there?
For college.
So where do they study in India? In which college?
Kerala. Maravanis.
Okay. So most of the colleges are, I think, most of the colleges are closed in India. Only few colleges are running, and as the cases are rising, I think colleges will, if any colleges are still operating, then I'm pretty sure that they will be closing it down, because the situation is getting critical in India. The cases are increasing on a very rapid scale.
Yes, sir, but their colleges are still open for some reason.
All right. Okay, do this question. Let me know the answer. Done.
No, sir. I did the TR only.
Okay. And average revenue?
I'm still doing.
Are you calculating average revenue? Because as I told you, average revenue is always equals to total the price. So
Yeah.
whenever price is given in the question, you are not required to calculate average revenue by applying the formula. TR divided by quantity, you are not required to apply this formula, because if price is given in the question, that means average revenue is going to be equal to the price. So just write the values in the average revenue column equals to the price only.
Okay.
Done.
Marginal revenue. I'm doing.
Okay, finish it. Let me know. Steve, you're doing this question? Okay, if you once you finish this question, I would like you to do this question as well. All right, Alexander.
Okay.
So once you are finished with that question, please do this. You're still solving it, Alexander?
Sir, I'm done with the first one. I'm doing the second.
Okay. Do it quickly. 16. Are you finding it difficult? Why, uh, why are you taking so long to calculate it? Alexander, you are finding it difficult? May I help you?
It's okay, sir, but it's taking some time.
Okay. All right. So let me help you with this question. So first of all, the quantity we have is first 1 unit. Then the price at first unit is 20 rupees. That means total revenue will be 20. And obviously the average revenue will be same and the marginal revenue will also be same. So just keep this in mind that at first unit of output, all the values remain same. Total, average, marginal revenue, everything will be same. Even the price will be same. Then we have at second unit, marginal revenue is 16. That means always just keep this in mind. Whenever there is marginal revenue given in the question, that means it is saying that we have generated extra revenue of rupees 16. Okay, so earlier at first unit, the total revenue was 20 and we have generated 16 extra. That means total revenue will increase to 36. Is that clear?
Yes, sir, I got that.
Then we will basically divide total revenue by quantity. We will get average revenue. So 36 divided by 2, we will get 18. And as the average revenue is 18, so price will always be equal to average revenue. So price will be 18 as well. Okay. Then at the third unit, average revenue is given. If average revenue is given, then we can simply write down 15 as the price also, because price and average revenue always remain same. Now we will multiply price with the quantity. We will get total revenue 15 into 3. It will be 45. Then in order to calculate marginal revenue, we can simply check the difference. Earlier, the total revenue was 36. Now the total revenue is 45. Then it means that we have generated 9 rupees extra marginal revenue. So 9 is the marginal revenue. Okay. At fourth unit, marginal revenue is 0. That means we haven't added any extra revenue in the total revenue. So total revenue will remain same. Nothing extra have been generated. So total revenue will be 45. Now we will divide 45 by 4. We will have 4 ones are 4 and 4 ones are 4. 11.25. This will be the average revenue. And since the average revenue is 11.25, so price will also be 11.25. Then we have information about the quantity. Quantity we have got 5 and price is 12. So total revenue will be 60 and average revenue will be equals to price. And change taking place in total revenue is 15. So marginal revenue will be 15. Then at the sixth unit, the marginal revenue declined by -10. Marginal revenue is -10. That means total revenue will decline by -10. So 60 minus 10 will be 50. And no, it won't be -50. It will just be 50. 50. And now we will divide 50 by 6. We will get 50 divided by 6. So it will be 8.33. So 8.33. So price will also be 8.33. Is that right, Alexander? Any doubt?
No, sir.
So you understood everything, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in today's session, we were talking about revenue, wherein we have learned the meaning of the revenue, the basic concept of revenue. In revenue, I have told you whatever the revenue, whatever the amount that producer or seller collect on account of sale of a commodity at a certain price, that is revenue. Revenue can be further categorized as total, marginal, and average. Total collection on account of total quantity sold is the total revenue. Additional income generated on account of sale of one extra unit of the commodity is called marginal. And revenue generated on account of sale of per unit of output, that will be your average revenue. Other than this, I have also told you that average revenue always equals to price of the commodity. We have done few tabular questions based on these concepts. And other than this, I have also told you that revenue and price and revenue both are a different concept. Revenue on the one hand means the total collection. Profit means the basically residual of the revenue after reducing the value of the cost. So this is it for today's economics session, Alexander and Steve. Thank you, both of you, for taking class, and I hope everything that we have done in this session is clear to you. So see you in the next class. Till then, take care. Goodbye.
Okay, thank you, sir. Sir, excuse me.
Yes.
The question for the accountancy, where do I get it?
I gave you any homework for
No, that
you want the
accountant.
PowerPoint of the chapter?
No. That question you said for homework last class.
I have sent question for last class. No, I didn't. Okay. So I didn't share any question. Actually, I thought that I have shared any question with you. And Hamad was saying that he did the question. He was only talking about the previous question, the question I have shared in the previous session. So I didn't give any question till this point.
Oh, okay.
Probably I'll be sharing it by tomorrow or on Monday. That will be assignment based on the final account. So wait for that. I'll be sharing that with you.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So all right. Goodbye. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Goodbye.